I was terrified, had no idea what they expected of me.
When I was asked about mentoring a student at Hazel Green Elementary, the thought of it was a little nerve-wracking, a little scary.
I didn't jump at it right off. My husband encouraged me.
I was scared. I was afraid that I would not do a good job at it, but I just felt like God was telling me to do it.
And I thought, well, maybe I can go do this. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 20 plus years, and I love kids. I love my kids especially, but maybe God wants me to branch out and love other people's kids as well.
When the first time that I saw my little boy, he had me. When he walked around the corner, before he ever spoke to me, he belonged to me and I belonged to him.
When I first started meeting with my student, it was very strange. I kept questioning, what am I going to do? What is she going to need me to help her with? Am I going to be stuck doing homework for an hour over and over and over every week? Very soon you start to get to know each other. You start to play games with one another. And you start to communicate and share things about each other. And she and I realized that we had a lot in common. We were a lot alike. We liked a lot of the same things.
Once I was introduced to my Kids Hope kid, it was one of those things that it just kind of grabs a hold of you. It doesn't take long for a child to open up, tell you their story, tell you where they're coming from, tell you what their life's all about.
And I thought, this is going to be exceptionally interesting. What am I going to do with him? But he taught me, and he was so sweet with the smile, and he smiled with his eyes. So every time that I got to see him, it was like Christmas, I think, for both of us.
We played games together. She wanted me to have lunch with her a couple of times. I would take her her favorite flowers, and we would occasionally work on multiplication tables. She wasn't as gung-ho about that, but
I helped her a lot with her reading, the passages that she had for homework and for reading that we would go over, and she helped her study for a lot of tests. She always knew the answers, and I was surprised why her teacher kept telling me that she wasn't doing well sometimes, because she would know everything I asked her.
We started with books that were probably at or a little above his grade level for reading, and worked our way up. And at the end of the first year, he was reading 2 grade levels up in a classroom atmosphere to his teacher, and went from not meeting an AR goal to meeting an AR goal, and has been consistently meeting his AR goal ever since.
Occasionally we did some out of school activities. We went to the Plant's home and had a fall festival type where we rode in, we had hay rods, we painted pumpkins, we played games, candy in the haystack, that kind of thing.
We're not in there just to do homework and studies and that kind of stuff. We're in there just to love on them and give them some attention.
There's children that get off of the school bus and they go home, and they go home to an empty house, or they go home to a house that the mothers or the fathers are not giving them what they need, and the mentors are giving them one-on-one time. They're giving them the one-on-one love, and a lot of times that's all that they're getting, is that attention and time that we as the mentors give to them.
I think one of the driving forces in Kids Hope for me is, again, growing up in a single parent household, it was kind of up to me a lot of times to make sure that my studies were done, my homework was done, I did what I needed to do in class, and then when I was home, it was let myself in sometimes. Dad was at work. I've thought a lot about how when I was a kid, how awesome it would have been to have that type of support, to have that type of person just involved, even if it be for an hour a week in your life, that's showing that they're going to make a difference, that they're trying to help you grow personally and spiritually.